Hey, it's Beatty Carmichael. And if you mail Just Sold Postcards, I want to show you a simple way to rewrite a Just Sold postcard so it actually gets sellers picking up the phone and calling you. And it's I almost want to call it a hack, but it's not a hack. It's actually best practices in marketing. And if you just understand how the marketing psychology works, then this will turn your Just Sold postcard mailings into a supercharger for getting results. So let me walk you through this and show you how this works. I'm going to pull up my screen. And just to give you a quick background, I have mailed over 2 million postcards. In fact, I crossed the 2 million mark a number of years back. And I've tested all kinds of things. And what do you do that generates the most listings? I probably generate more listings than most any other agents that are out there. And I want to show you the idea behind this postcard. So this is a supercharged Just Sold postcard. Now, it doesn't look like a Just Sold postcard because it's not what most agents do. And if you want to find out what really works, look at what the crowd does and do just the opposite, okay? Because the crowd is always following someone else and they're following someone else. And you ask them, why are you going that direction? So I don't know, someone else was going that direction. And the whole crowd goes that way. But if you really want to change results and get results better than any other agent, then if you take a little bit different approach, it'll happen. So let me give you the psychology behind this, and I'm going to show you how this works, okay? So the psychology is real simple. In marketing, you have basically a funnel, right? So let's just draw a funnel over here. And the way the funnel works is we come down and we have an exit here. So we want to bring prospects into the top of the funnel, and we want to exit them down at the bottom as sellers who call you, okay? So when you're sending out a Just Sold postcard, what you're actually doing is you're typically sending it out around the sale that you just made, which means that it's usually a one-shot deal. You're mailing it one time around that sale, hoping that someone in that circumference of where you're mailing it is thinking at that moment about selling their home, and they get your postcard and they choose to call you, okay? So that's the idea. But what happens is there are a lot of people who send out Just Sold postcards, and those people who are about to go on the market never call that agent, they call someone else. What that tells me is that the Just Sold postcard did not work as well as they'd hoped it did. So the way that you can change that is if you understand how marketing works and rewrite your postcard into that format, now you're going to start getting a lot of results. So the best thing to understand about marketing is first you have to focus on the hot buttons of what that homeowner who's thinking about selling wants. What does the homeowner want? I can tell you right off the bat, they want the most money for their home. And if you can convince them that you stand a better chance of getting them the most money than another agent, they'll choose you, okay? So then the question is, how do you get them to believe that you stand a better chance of getting them the most money? Well, now that comes into what I call an education. You have to educate them on what you do that gives them confidence in you, okay? So now we look at the best practices. The best practices start first with a headline, and the headline grabs the attention of your desired prospect, okay? So right now, the desired prospect we have when we send this thing out is a homeowner who's thinking about selling. And so my whole focus of the headline is a headline is also what's called an interrupter, okay? An interrupter. And what it's designed to do is to interrupt that person when they're going through the mail and get them to stop. So here's a little bit of psychology. There's a thing called a reticular activator. That's that little thing in the back of your brain that says, okay, I'm thinking about we're going to be selling our home in a little while. And so anything about selling a home, your brain's naturally going to gravitate to, okay? So what we want to do is we want to put a headline here that gives them a reason for that brain to gravitate to us. So in this particular case, let's assume that this was an expired sale. So then we can write the headline, after 180 days with another agent without selling, Bill Smithson sold this home in 5 days for full price. Here's how. So now we've got a headline that articulates in a tight encapsule the full value proposition of Bill Smithson, the agent down here, okay? So what happens then is that homeowner starts to read that headline and they go, wow, that's pretty interesting. And now they want to read a little bit further. Okay, let me give you a little pieces of marketing psychology on this. I use these trailing dots, and you'll see this throughout, because what technically this does is this tells the person who's reading it, hey, don't stop here, keep going. Because if I've got someone coming through my funnel, I don't want them to come to a hard stop. I want them to keep going all the way down and have nothing interrupt them. Okay, so that's why we do that. The other thing that you'll notice here is there's a trailing question. Here's how, or how do I do that? ... Here's a proven system that works. ... Okay. What we're doing is we're doing short statements that then draw them to the next statement. The purpose of the headline is to get them to read the first sentence. The purpose of that first sentence is to get them to read the second sentence. And the purpose of the first paragraph is to get them to read the second one. And this purpose to get them to read the third one. Okay. Statistically, once you get them reading the first couple of sections right through here, then almost everyone will completely finish reading the entire card. So this is where the most important part of the postcard comes up at the top, the headline, and then the engagement, that little engagement sentences. So now with that said, I'm going to share one other aspect, and I'm going to read you this postcard, and then I think you'll see the impact. So the other thing, keep in mind, the hot button is, can you get me the most money in the least amount of time, right? The way that they assess that hot button is, do they feel that you have expertise and you have a track record? So now, how can you articulate expertise and a track record with a one-time mailing? Well, here's how. You tell them what you did. So that's the headline. Bill sold this in 5 days for full price. And then as we start to engage them with the first sentence, Bill did it again. Notice it's a short sentence. Bill did it again. What does again tell you? It tells you that this wasn't the first time. This is designed to create the confidence in that homeowner that, oh, this is normal for Bill, always getting full price, always getting top dollar. So Bill did it again. He sold this home at the top market price. How? ... That basically says, keep reading, don't stop here. Okay. Well, he follows a proven 4-step process he created that consistently works. Look at the words: proven, 4-step process, consistently. Okay. What we're telling the homeowner with this is, this didn't happen by accident. Bill has a process that he created. That means that he's now the expert. Okay. It's 4 steps. It's proven, and it consistently works. So now we're showing them, articulating that this is normal for Bill because Bill has a process that's been proven. Okay, that's what they're looking for. They want to know, when you're selling my home, do you have the expertise greater than another agent to sell it for more money? All you have to do is help them believe that what you're doing has greater expertise than all these other agents out there that they're seeing. And the way that you do that is through educating them with what you do. So now watch what we're going to do. This is now the education part right here. We're going to summarize a few things. I'm just going to read it, and I want you to read it with me, but put yourself in the homeowner's perspective. You know nothing about selling real estate. You're looking for someone who seems to know, have the expertise of what they do, that knows what they're doing. Okay. And read this from that perspective. So here we go. So he follows a proven 4-step process he created that consistently works. And what is that process? Number 1 is preparation. He helps coordinate handymen and painters to ensure your home is fully prepared to make a great first impression. Second is pricing. He knows the limit to push the listing price without exceeding the market. Properly priced homes always get top dollar. Third is presentation. 95% of buyers start their search online. He uses professional photos and videos in his online marketing to attract the best buyers' attention. And fourth is promotion. He aggressively markets your home using a proven 21-step strategy that finds more buyers. More buyers means more offers and a higher sales price. So now let me pull out. I know what you're probably thinking. I get this from a lot of other agents. Well, that's too much copy. No one's going to read that. Well, you tell that to all the people who responded to it, okay? When someone is looking, when that reticular activator is out there looking for something about how do I sell my home for more money, they will read that bit of copy because it's not much. It grabs their attention and it tells them what they're thirsting for. Does this person have expertise? So now once you read through this copy, what comes out is Bill seems to have a pattern. He has a 4-step process. Each step is laid out. Everything is put together. He even has a 21-step marketing strategy. In other words, everything is very specific, which means that Bill knows what he's doing. When Bill knows what he's doing, now I have confidence. Now we also did one other thing on this postcard. Watch this. It's right here. Okay. This is the caption to the sale. This is describing the sale that just happened. Bill did it again, reinforcing the again. This home had been on the market 180 days with another agent without selling. He listed it at the same price and sold it in 5 days for full price. So what we're doing is we're repeating the headline, but we're adding a little bit more information. Like here, he listed at the same price. What we're doing is we're reinforcing. If they read the same information as the headline down here, it just reinforces that sale even more. So we're just reinforcing. They get this postcard, and I guarantee you, if they're thinking between you with this postcard and just another agent that they see out there, they will always call you. Why? Because they have more information about what you do. That's how you write a postcard that gets sellers actually picking up the phone and calling you. Now, if you like this, I want to share one more thing. Okay. As I mentioned, I've mailed over 2 million postcards, and probably by now it's millions more. And I've done all kinds of marketing tests. During the first 2 million postcard run, I've tested 21 different split tests, which is where you test when 2 items at the same time to see which one works best. After that, I tested an additional 38 marketing tests, narrowing down what are the messages that work, what are the fonts, and the design styles. So if you have interest in postcard marketing, let me encourage you to get my marketing test information. It's absolutely free. You can get it on our website, but if you follow the link, I'll put a link down in the description box. It'll go straight to where you can get this. And it's worth its weight in gold and a whole lot more. So I hope you enjoy that. Have a very blessed day.